Well, it was only a matter of time until we got onto this thing. Yes, today we're going to be looking at none other than the ultimate Terraria joke weapon, which if I'm honest, I've never used unironically in a playthrough, so I'm actually quite interested to see how it performs if you look past the fact it's just a lime green boxing glove dispenser. Of course it is, the one and only KO cannon. Now, a few months back, we did actually cover its indirect upgrade, the Golems Fist. However, many of you questioned that the KO cannon could genuinely be worse, which might be a possibility, so I guess let's just see how bad things can get. Before we jump into it though, if you enjoy these weapon reviews, don't forget to drop a like and sub, as it really helps out. Okay then, let's see how you get it. Already, the thing the KO cannon has on its side compared to the Golems Fist is that it can be obtained straight off the rip when entering hard mode, with it being tied to good old blood moons. Now, there are two ways you can go about getting these to occur, either by just having one occur naturally at 7:30 PM, which has about a 1 in 9 chance of happening, or if you farmed blood moons earlier on, you'll probably have some bloody tears lying around, which will guarantee the event to start at will. Right, once your blood moon's underway, we're on the lookout for one enemy in particular, clowns, which unfortunately for us, are extremely rare. So, if I were you, instead of roaming around looking for them, I'd put yourself in an AFK-able farm situation like this, as if a clown does spawn, you'll be completely safe. If you are in a hurry though, just get out there and hope you bump into one, as with the KO cannon only having a 20% chance of dropping, even if you get 5 clowns a night, you'll probably get yours to drop. Right then, let's see how tragic this thing really is. Now, I have to say, in my head, the range of the KO cannon was a hell of a lot more than this, with this initial experience really not getting us off to the best start. However though, although its DPS here looks kinda lame, luckily, similar to some other weapons like the chain knife, its projectile attack speed is tied to the rate of which it retracts, giving you a potential for way more DPS at point blank range. Unfortunately though, even at its absolute best, the chain guillotines, another early hard mode melee weapon, deals more damage with about 3 times the KO cannon's maximum range. Well, that's that, review done. Yeah, things aren't looking great here. And they're about to get a lot worse, because although I was about to argue that at least the KO cannon could be deemed a slight upgrade to the Knight's Edge, and a push, another weapon came into my mind which makes the KO cannon completely obsolete. The bananarang. Yeah. You know that insanely overpowered boomerang which drops from, what is it? Clowns! Well, it deals more damage from further distance and still only has a 10% drop rate from the same enemy you'll be farming anyway. But hold on, maybe the cannon will have a massive trick up its sleeve against groups. No, never mind. And this is actually where the gap is widened even more, as the Knight's Edge now, a pre-hard mode melee weapon, will top the KO cannon against groups. So, is this the end of the road already for the KO cannon? Well, not necessarily, as there is one more stat worth taking into account. It's a ludicrously high base knockback, which if I'm completely fair to this thing, did keep me completely safe during this real test against mummies. Just don't tell anyone that the Titan glove exists though, because, well, once again the bananarang can quickly combat that one little advantage. The only thing I will say though, is that in this particular scenario, I would probably rather have the KO cannon over the Knight's Edge. Even so, we're really clutching at straws here, and as we're about to move on to some single target scenarios, I'm not holding my breath for this thing. Ah look, the Queen Slime. And hang on a minute, I actually expected far worse, as despite its minuscule range, the Queen Slime's hitbox might actually make this fight possible, but still not recommended, as once again, the bananarang does exist. Also, past this point is truly where I don't think you're going to be getting any boss kills at all, unless of course you're doing it as part of a challenge, which could actually make quite a fun series actually. Anyway, getting back on track, the only other feasible thing I could imagine using the KO cannon for is crowd control during events and invasions, as without going crazy with accessories, already gives you solid knockback against even the tankiest of hard mode's offerings. But really, who is actually gonna do this? I mean, come on, just pull out something else and kill him for God's sake. So yeah, the KO cannon, a weapon which really only has one use, being the ultimate Snowflake's machine gun launcher. Really though, other than that, unless you happen to get this thing literally minutes after entering hard mode, and you don't get the bananarang instead, you'll be far better off using something else. Still though, I don't think it's quite as tragic as the Golems Fist, which is truly saying a lot. This has been sockrteez, and I'll see you in the next one.